Your reaction is already an answer.
I know. I am infuriated by people who drag other people's names who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is powerless.
These people.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a list of people because you have the power to do it. People who do that are bullies, and I don't appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list of some stranger's name.
I have the power to use the DOJ and other things to control and hide things.
That's not DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this list.
Let me finish up my question.
Some jackass made a list in his basement.
You have the right to
You're reading their names as if they're incriminating in some way.
Patrick Bet David brought on a very woke and also really, really unhinged guest in Anthony Weiner. And not only did he bring him on, but he absolutely destroyed him. In this video, we have Patrick Bet David putting Anthony Weiner in his place for just absolutely absurd, just unhinged statements and stances. And he acts like he's a really good actor because Anthony Weiner, the things that he's telling Patrick Bet David, it really looks like he believes these things. But we all know from past experiences that we've all had with Anthony Weiner, things that he's done in the past, the guy is he's a sick person. And he's a straight up liar, and he's lying in this video. And Patrick Bet David, like I said, absolutely destroys him and puts him in his place. Let's get into this clip here from Valuetainment and the PBD Podcast of Patrick Bet David destroying this woke lunatic Anthony Weiner for just absolutely insane statements. Let's check this out.
Myself is how the hell is our guy here, Anthony Weiner, still alive? What do you mean by that? Well, when you go through the list of people that have been close to Hillary Clinton and the Clintons, and the Deadpool. This is not a conspiracy. You got the names of James McDougal, okay, Clinton's convicted Whitewater partner, died of an apparent heart attack. You know, Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop in Georgetown.
Ron Brown, he died in a plane crash.
Vince Foster Vince Foster was the next one. By the way, the James Dougal was a key witness in a key Ken Starr investigation.
Ron Brown was in a plane crash. Why is he on the list?
Ron Brown is another one, but there was a close person to this. Victor Razor. You got Paul Tooley, Ed Woolley.
Wait a minute. You're reading a list of people that Bill and Hillary Clinton knew. They're 80. They're 70-something years old.
I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you this question and an answer at the end. So you got Jerry Parks, Jane Bunch, James Wilson, Kathy Ferguson, Bill Shelton, Candy Bow, Florence Martin, Susan Coleman, Paula Grober, Danny Casolero, Paula Wilker, John Parnell Walker, Barbara Weiss. We should verify this yourself because you're running a radio show. You should look it up.
I don't know any of these names.
Dr. Stanley Hurd, Barry Beal, Barry Seal, Johnny Longhorn. Can you read me the URL you're reading?
I'm saying if I'm in Anthony Weiner's position here and Patrick Bet David is reading me off a list of names like this, and he really doesn't know any of these names, he really has no connection to them, he has no emotional, there's nothing emotionally that happens in Anthony Weiner when Patrick Bet David is reading off this list of names. I wouldn't be as defensive as he is when he's reading off these names. Like, he's getting very, very defensive already because he knows exactly where this is going, because it's obvious why it's going in that direction. You guys know, and Patrick Bet David is about to reveal it all, but you guys already know, and you already know why he's getting all defensive. Let's see what Patrick Bet David has to say about this list of names.
Can you read me the URL?
We'll send you the most credible source you can look it up.
Let your listeners know what you're reading.
We'll put the link below. We'll put the link below.
Just tell me so I know what I'm responding
Friday,
to.
Kevin Ivey, Dan Henry, Keith Coney, and these were part of the Ivy Henry case. Keith McCaskill.
What's the Ivy Henry case?
You can look it up. Ivy Henry case. So Gregory Collins, Jeff Rhodes, James Milland, Richard Winter, and then you got the close bodyguards, Major William Barkley, Captain Scott Reynolds, Brian Hanley, Tim Sable, General William Robertson. You don't even know what you're reading a list of. How is this helpful? Robert Kelly, Colonel Gary Rhodes, Steve Wills, Robert Williams, Conway LeBlue, Todd McKeon. I'm done. It's 46 names. And
of what? Can you read me the list? Can you read me the URL so I know what you read a list of before I answer any questions about it?
When I finish this, stillinthestorm.com. You can look it up.
Stillinthestorm.com.
You can look it up.
This is your big moment, guys.
Yeah, so you can go. And by the way,
ads about chemtrails at the end of it.
He hasn't even asked the question. He's just reading the article.
He's reading a list of names.
So
he hasn't even asked the question. It's a list.
The fact that you're getting nervous is an answer.
It's not nervous. This stuff makes me.
100% it is. 100% what Patrick Bet David just said is correct. The fact that as soon as Patrick Bet David started reading off this list, he started getting defensive. Anthony Weiner started getting defensive. It's an answer already. It's not the full answer, but it's an answer.
When you repeat
exactly,
these
makes us sick as well. It also makes us sick.
It obviously doesn't.
Of course, because the establishment makes us sick.
You start the question by reading a list of well-founded
Your reaction is an answer.
Conspiracy. I know these things make me sick, and people have gotten killed.
Your reaction is
over
an answer.
Someone went into a pizza parlor in Washington because they believe this shit, and you're making an echo chamber.
Your reaction is an answer. So let me go to it here now.
No.
Your reaction is an answer. You're not going to read a list.
Yeah, my reaction is my reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me what that list, in your view,
you haven't allowed me to finish. If you allow me to finish the question,
because you're reading 46
then
random
you can
names
do
off the internet,
whatever you want.
Of some fucking insane website.
I love your answer.
And
because
these people who you don't even know who they are, you're reading them on a list of something, making some kind of as if it's somehow suspicious. You don't even know who these human beings are, who have families, who are like out there, and now
I'll spend the next 2 hours with you one by one, explaining who each of these individuals are if you want to do that.
How about you pick one? Pick one and tell me who he was and what his story was. No, not you. You were asking me the question. Pick one name and then tell me.
Pull up Vince Foster if you want.
No, Vince Foster, that suicide has been investigated 50 times. Pull up one of the obscure names you pulled. Why did you pull Ron Brown? Here, let me read Ron Brown. Ron Brown, a Commerce Secretary who a plane crashed while he was on a humanitarian mission, crashed into the side of a mountain. So what do you want to know about Ron Brown? What do you want to know about Ron Brown?
Can you let me ask the question?
No, listen, this is a conversation.
No.
We're having a conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm the host. You invite me to your podcast. You get to ask the question. I'm the host. I'm going to ask you the question. You haven't let me answer the question.
I didn't see
your reaction is already an answer.
I know. I am infuriated by people who drag other people's names who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is powerless.
These people.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a list of people because you have the power to do it. People who do that are bullies, and I don't appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list of some stranger's names.
I have the power to use the DOJ and other things to control and hide things.
That's not DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this list.
Let me finish up my question.
Some jackass made a list in his basement.
You have the right to answer.
You're reading their names as if they're incriminating in some way.
You have the right to
answer. That's bullying, and I don't appreciate. And I stand up against bullies.
Please do so.
Wow, that's so brave, Anthony Weiner. The fact that he says that you're bullying powerless people when he's asking a question about the Clintons and a list of names in regards to the Clintons, and then saying that, oh, this guy's plane crashed on a humanitarian mission, therefore they couldn't be involved. The question is null and void. I don't even want to answer because it's so ridiculous. It's like, dude, a lot of plane crashes are very, very suspicious. I'm not saying that specific example is like incriminating or anything like that, but just because it's a plane crash doesn't mean that it's, we live in an era today where planes are very, very safe. Not many of them crash. So when one does crash, it is very suspicious sometimes. And over the last few years, there's been a lot of very, very rich and powerful people that have died in plane crashes. A lot of billionaires die in plane crashes, Donald Trump just had a plane issue where he had an emergency landing. Things are happening. Like weird things happen with planes. And if you don't think that very powerful people, one of the most powerful families in the world, could maybe do something to a plane to get it to crash. I mean, I'm not saying that they did. I'm just saying it's not that out there. Like it's possible. And then that's just one. He picked that one. Notice how Anthony Weiner really honed in on that one name because he knew exactly how to defend that one specific example. But the other one, that Patrick Bet-David, that PBD wanted to bring up, he wouldn't let him. He said, no, let's talk about Ron Brown instead. So this is a classic example of somebody being trapped into a corner. I don't understand why Anthony Weiner would go on the PBD podcast and think that this wasn't going to happen. Basically, every podcast that you go on that isn't just like kissing your ass and making sure that they don't ask questions that you don't 100% want to be asked, this is what's going to happen every time Anthony Weiner goes on a podcast or a radio show or anything, because this is like, it's a big question that a lot of people have, that a lot of these quote unquote conspiracy theorists that end up being right about 90% of the conspiracy theories, this is a big question that a lot of them ask. So of course, when you go on PBD's podcast, he's going to ask the question. I don't know why he's so mad and so surprised by it.
Didn't even ask the question yet, Anthony.
He's reading a list and he's refused. And now he says, let's move on.
No.
Because I got your answer
Nobody has said move on.
He hasn't even asked the question. I don't even know what the question is.
Pick a name.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Reading
and you get to
list
answer
of people who
or
probably
not answer.
And there are some of those people that had military titles in front of them, and you're dragging their name.
That's even the point.
You're dragging their name
That's
through the
even the point.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Because their families would want to know.
Because you've got a podcast.
Some of their families would want to know.
Some conspiracy theory podcast, some conspiracy theory that 9 people read. You find some guy that comes in, and then you go from Ron Brown to some obscure officer that used to protect Bill Clinton, who passed away. May he rest in peace for his service.
May all of them rest in peace.
And you are dragging them into some wacky conspiracy theory.
May all of them rest in peace. So here's the question for you.
You know what I think? I think why Anthony Weiner is so animated here when he's questioned on this specific thing is because he wants to like get on the Clintons' good side because he knows the truth. I know that sounds really dark. That sounds like a really, really conspiratorial thing. But I think he's like, this is my opportunity to prove my allegiance so that they don't take me out. That's what I feel like this is. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm just crazy on that one.
Because millions of people are not convinced Hillary Clinton is a good person.
Again, with the other people. Millions
including
of people.
myself. If you want to do that, I'm not
put the questions
I'm not
in your
worried
own.
about.
Don't try to make it about some bozo who put up a website. Put it in your own words.
Here's a question for you, Guy. It's a very simple question for you. So, how is it when you think about other candidates? Okay, everybody has a stereotype. You have a reputation whether you like it or not. What's your reputation? Your reputation is you like to text underage girls and you like to talk to girls and you sex sending pictures of your dangling. That's your reputation.
Oh my God. Dude, Patrick Bet-David is a savage for this. The guy's been getting criticized a lot for a lot of the interviews he's been doing with Dan Bilzerian and stuff. That is an all-time moment right there. And I don't know if he's going to like backtrack on it here in a couple of seconds and say, I don't agree with that reputation, but that is your reputation. That's an all-time Patrick Bet-David moment right there.
Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Adam has a reputation. Adam is a playboy in Miami.
You better get back to that list of strangers you read a list of.
Trust me, I'm getting back to it. Tom's got a reputation. His reputation is a man who
And right now,
loves
your
his
reputation
wife,
is listing strangers who served in the military and dragging their name through the
I have a reputation to ask tough questions and piss some people like you off. That's my reputation.
Including dead people who I'm going to stand up for.
Oh, trust me. We are standing up for them more than you are standing up for them.
Let's see. You better get back to that list because we're going to clear some people's names today.
My question for you is, how is it that in the last 50 years, we don't have a single candidate? Everybody has their own. Hey, John F. K. was a playboy with Marilyn Monroe. Trump, Karen McDougal, Stormy Daniels. You know, George Bush linked to 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. Bill Clinton linked to Arkansas women, all this others. Everybody has a reputation. How is it that the reputation that follows them is people close to them die? Why is that a story that many people believe in? Why is that?
Are the Clintons in their 70s yet? You don't think I can make a list of other people who are 70-something years old and say this person died, that person died, this person died? Hold on.
How come they haven't done that with Bush? He's in the same age.
I have no freaking idea why they haven't.
How come they haven't done that with Trump?
So are you saying, so you agree with what I'm saying?
How come they haven't done that with Reagan?
So
how come they haven't done that with Kerry?
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
What are you making about these men and women who you listed?
How is it so many people close to them die? How is it so many people close to them?
Everybody dies.
How is it so many?
Are you suggesting? Okay.
I'm asking the question.
You're asking a bizarre question.
Exactly.
Did people
die?
You off. Did people die? No. What pisses me off, and I'm going to say this again because you apparently are not listening to me. You read a list of people off an obscure website of conspiracy theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that ever worked in the orbit of someone who served in public life for 50 years, and you listed them, including people in the military, including strangers you could not pull out of a, and you are implying that there's something nefarious. Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought.
Please do so, because I got another source coming in here for you.
You're implying both with the question and with the website. The website says it explicitly. You're implying it. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You're implying that something.
You are implying until he's done. Go for it.
You are implying that something nefarious is afoot both with the question and with the list. Hillary Clinton, she's a big girl. I'm a big boy. You're a big boy. The people that you just listed.
They're all.
Listen to me. No, these are obscure people that you could not pull out.
You're a great politician, buddy.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Fantastic.
You know what? You are the classic bully. You list someone's name. Are you going to go back and clarify?
Anybody that's the bully,
are you going to go clarify?
You know what the qualities of your personality is. You want to really know that.
Ad hominem attack on me is going to somehow clear that person's name.
There isn't anybody at this table that's a bigger bully than you.
I tell you. Oh yeah. You just listed some stranger with PFC.
Very good deceptive way of pinning. Good for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, to try and call Patrick Bet-David a bully after everything that Anthony Weiner has done is very, very hypocritical. Also, anybody who can see that list of names, anybody who was asked the question of why are there so many names on this list? Why does this keep happening to this specific family over and over and over again? Anybody who can sit there, get asked that question, get shown that list of names, and then immediately just go into defense mode instead of saying, maybe there is something to that. That is interesting that so many people are on that list. You're automatically a guilty person in some sort of way. Or you're close to the guilty party and are trained to say these things and feel like you have to say these things in order to not end up on that same list. that is very, very, like Patrick Bet-David said in the very beginning of this, your immediate reaction to that list of names is everything that we need to know. Because anybody else, any normal Any normal human, like let's say PBD were to ask Tom or Adam, who's also sitting here, that same thing. If they were to ask them that same thing, I guarantee you they would say, that is very interesting, PBD. I wonder why there's so many people on this list of names. Let's look into this further. Instead, Anthony Weiner is immediate defense mode. Immediate, you're a bully. You're listing off a random list of names from a conspiracy theorist. It's immediate, you know? Let me know in the comments what you think about this engagement here between Patrick Bet-David and Anthony Weiner. It was very, very heated the entire time, and I definitely think Patrick Bet-David came out on top. Let me know who you think came out on top in this very, very heated debate here on Valuetainment and the PBD Podcast.